Good morning, everyone. So, I'm seeing that these LA riots, because that's what they are, they're riots, they're not protests. Notice, I want to show you something. I'm going to back it up for a second. Oh, there's a perfect thing. These people are destroying stuff, but they're keeping their faces covered. Why is that? Oh, because they're cowards who are breaking the law. Hoodlums and thugs that are breaking the law. Like this guy. Anybody who's wearing a mask is a thug and a hoodlum who is breaking the law. So stop with your thuggish behavior. So charge all of these stupid idiots with treason. It's that simple. Because they're not protesters, they're idiots. That's all they are. They're idiots. And anybody who's participating in this is an idiot. And if you don't like that, too bad. Because you are. I'm sorry. If you're doing something like this, you're an idiot. Because there's no reason for that disgusting display. None. By the way, shout out to Osmond Gold. He's a great streamer. Check him out. And so anyway, let's go back. We'll look at a few more of these here too. And yep. They don't want to fucking listen. They get taken down. This is ridiculous. People don't like it when people aren't compliant. You're trying to obstruct a federal agent. So yeah, you're gonna get taken down. You're an idiot if you do that. It's absolutely ridiculous. You people are being ridiculous. And then you'll be the first ones to shout when that child that got tear gassed. Why do you have your kid there? You're a terrible mom. You're a horrible parent. Why would you bring your kid to that? You're disgusting. I mean, this is pathetic. This behavior is disgusting. That you would obstruct law enforcement to the point where they got to throw you on the ground and handcuff you. So disgusting. Oh, but then the BLM movement will be up in arms because of this nonsense. Why? Why are y'all doing this? I just don't get it. So, yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand it. But that's just me. So maybe somebody can explain it. Plus, the fact that these Palestinian protesters, you know what I've noticed? That the Palestinian protesters are pretty much, oops, my phone fell a little, are pretty much the same as the Palestinian protesters and any protesters that are showing up at these raids and stuff like that. They're all the same. They're all the same. They're holding the same Gaza flags. They're holding the same Free Palestine flags. These are the same people that are protesting in support of Gaza and Free Palestine and Hamas and all this other nonsense. They need to bring the military in, arrest every single protester, charge them with treason, and be done. Because this does not happen in our country. This doesn't happen in our country. And yet it's going down every other year, it feels like. Not a riot, by the way. But yes, what's going on in LA is definitely rioting. When you hold, and to the business owner that took ICE captive, I hope they charge you with treason and you spend the rest of your natural life at Gitmo. because that behavior is disgusting. Who the hell do you think you are? You don't dictate the law. They need to start having accountability and start arresting people, is what the real problem is. And unfortunately, nobody's doing that. I don't know why people aren't arresting these people, but they need to be arrested and charged, because it's not protest. And this is worse than January 6th, just so y'all know. Everybody's always worried about January 6th, January 6th, January 6th. This behavior is 10 times worse than January 6th. So I hope you're all proud of yourselves, because you did worse than the January 6ers. So just so you know. So I want to show you all this. When police have to do this, it's worse than January 6th. So you are worse than the J6ers, in my eyes. And I'm not referring to the police officers or the federal agents. I'm referring to the people that they're putting a line up against, these imbecilic protesters.
This is the mayor talking about it. We are going to fight for all Angelinos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers.
And idiots like this is the problem. This lady is an idiot. She's the reason why why her town's erupting in chaos. This lady is the reason. One of the reasons. You are literally aiding and helping this.
I don't know, like running the city in the right way. Like, at what point is this not some form of being against the law?
And just so you know, you're not helping all Los Angelans when you're helping the protesters that are destroying your own city. It's disgusting. You should be fired and charged with the protesters.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, you absolutely can do something about this sanctuary state. There's always a way. You can cut their funding. You can
pull that shit in New York. I don't care if it's a sanctuary state. New Yorkers won't put up with that, I hope.
I'm sure there is a way that you could at least interpret a law that it is enough of a federal crime to at least arrest her and put her in custody for a while. In my opinion, I think that that's what you need to do it to these people. If these people want to be martyrs, then arrest them and have them earn it. That's what my opinion is. I think this kind of
exactly.
is absolutely fucking insane. And the amount of allowance that happens for it is crazy.
Yep.
If the feds can arrest judges, they can arrest mayors. Yes, like being a congressperson or being an elected representative does not mean that you get to ignore the law and just defy the government. That's not how it works. So it's unacceptable. Yes, exactly it is. It's up to the states of California to vote and change. Well, it's not though, right? Because for example,
now this is affecting the rest of the country.
A lot of things that, like federal law, like states have some rights and they have some rights to govern themselves. But when basic federal laws and basic regulations are not being followed, I think that's a big problem. And also,
and I agree with him.
About it as a taxpayer, right? And this isn't just for LA. LA makes a lot of money, but there's a lot of other places in the country that don't. The fact is that these places, they don't exist in a vacuum. Places like LA, places like Seattle, etc., they exist because the entire United States exists. And so they are a beneficiary of a tremendous amount of federal security and federal resources. So if you're getting all these resources and you're having all this stuff given to you, and you're turning around and turning it into fucking Escape from LA, then I think they should be taken away. I do. Yeah, the Civil War is fought over the
Donald Trump cut their funding.
So, yeah, cut all federal funding. Yeah, like,
cut all federal funding and send in the military. They want to act like fools. Teach them what fools they can be.
Absolutely.
Because this behavior is disgusting. Look at that. that to police. Somebody spray painted that on the wall of that building. That is disgusting, and I hope that person has horrible karma.
Two-tiered law system? Yeah, I think so.
They need to start arresting people and really arresting them and keeping them behind bars. Better yet, send them to Gitmo.
Is letting it happen and they're not holding people accountable. That's the big issue. That's where the problem actually is.
Yes, that's true. Nobody's being held accountable for this nonsense. I really hope this doesn't happen in New York, because if it does, I hope New Yorkers stand up and say, oh, hell no, not in our community. Because this behavior is absolutely horrendous. Sorry about the hand, guys. This behavior is absolutely horrendous. It really is. Anyway, guys, so I will catch you later. I've got some things I've got to take care of. I will catch you later with a further update. I love you all, and remember, God loves you, and so do I.